All right, Jesse on Fire, welcome back to the channel. So Jake Paul says he wants Conor McGregor in MMA. He says he's going to beat him down. He's going to whip his ass in the first round because Conor is a broken man with a broken body. So the truth is, I was going to look up the article about Daniel Cormier talking about Khamzat Chimaev should stay in the shadows, which I can't decide if I agree with or not. I actually just don't think it matters because I think Khamzat is going to be one of the best fighters of all time regardless. Anyway, it's neither here nor there. But then I found this article. Anthony Smith says that Jake Paul would get barbecued if he fought Conor McGregor in MMA. I read that article. Totally agree with the majority of what he said. I just wanted to you know what? I'm actually not sure if I'm disagreeing with him even a little bit. But I'm just going to I'll tell you what Anthony said. I'll tell you what I think about that fight, and we'll go from there. Now, if you like the content, subscribe and ring the bell. I'm about to give you some insight, son. Okay? Because now we're talking about stand-up fighting. Talking about stand-up fighting, something I actually do know about. Okay? You will find me not talking very much about the ground game because I know soft ground game. Stand-up fighting I know about. So watch me demonstrate that a little bit at least. So anyway, so here's the deal, dude. So what Jake Paul says is he will nuke Conor in MMA because Conor's body is breaking down, blah, 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 blah. Okay. So Anthony Smith said, as soon as Conor starts throwing kicks, then Jake Paul's going to get barbecued. First of all, I'm stealing that line, getting barbecued. That's a great line. Great term, and that's exactly correct. Okay. Like that is 100% correct. Boxing has, okay. So I'm going to give Jake the benefit of the doubt here because when he says that he wants to be a boxer, he goes and trains and becomes a boxer. Okay. Anybody who's still discounting Jake Paul's skills as a boxer can only be doing that, holding him up against what I would consider to be a completely unreasonable standard. You know, oh God, Canelo would kill him. It's like, well, fucking obviously Canelo would kill fucking everyone. You know, why doesn't he go up against a top boxer? Oh, I don't know. Cause he's been boxing for fucking 5 minutes. Probably he went up against Tyron Woodley, who's been boxing for a long time and was a former UFC MMA or UFC champion very recently. He doesn't get credit for that. Like, Tyron Woodley never got knocked out like that in MMA. He doesn't get credit for that? Really? Like, really? I mean, you could break his balls about Ben Askren, arguably the worst striker in MMA history. Obviously not a bad MMA fighter, but not a good striker. But against Tyron Woodley, beat Tyron Woodley twice. Like, you're not going to give him credit for that? He was on fucking Nickelodeon. And he just beat Tyron Woodley. Okay? That's like literally not even that dissimilar. For him to say, I'm going to beat Tyron Woodley in a fight of any kind while on Nickelodeon, okay? Or just how about while Tyron Woodley is in the middle of being the champion, wherever Jake Paul was at the time. Him saying, I'm going to fight Tyron Woodley in 4 years and beat him in a fucking boxing match or any other kind of combat sport was pretty similar from me being like, I'm going to be, 7 feet tall. How the hell are you going to do that? I don't know. We'll figure it out. Somehow I'll get to be 7 feet tall. It was fucking impossible. And yet he did it. Okay, twice. So, I just don't like when people talk shit about his skills because for where, how long he's been, his skills are fucking amazing for how long he's been doing it. The guy takes it really seriously. He's got great trainers, etc. The only reason I bring that up is because he's obviously trained a little bit in MMA because I saw him kicking a bag. He was kicking a bag. Maybe he just did that for the YouTube video or whatever, or for the Instagram content. But if he's faced any MMA training, that means he has been on the wrong side of kicks, probably coming at about 30 or 40% would be my hypothesis. Now, you also got to keep in mind that Jake Paul is a tremendous, tremendous fight promoter. So anything he says, you got to take with a grain of salt. Is he really saying this or is he just trying to get headlines? Because if he's getting headlines, he's doing his job. That is just what it is, dude. If he's getting headlines, he's doing a good job promoting himself, which is exactly what he should be doing if he's a fighter. Okay? So it doesn't really matter what he says. But just so in case anyone is actually entertaining this as something that would actually happen, Conor would kick him in the legs, kick him in the stomach, kick him in the solar plexus, kick him in the ribs, kick him in the face. Conor can kick you and you can't reach him with your hands. Okay. If you do not have tremendous experience blocking kicks, avoiding kicks, you are eating those kicks and you are going to have a fucking short night, dude. And he doesn't even need to kick you in the head. Anthony was like, he's going to fucking kick you upside the head and decapitate you. He doesn't even necessarily need to do that. Well, not necessarily. He definitely doesn't need to do that. Okay? If you don't know how to block a kick and you eat a solar plex shot from a spinning back kick from Conor, you are fucking done, dude. And done in a way where you wish he did kick you in the head because you won't breathe, your ribs will be broken, and it'll be a fucking rough night, dude. You can't prepare for that amount of force to hit you in the solar plexus. You would just have to be prepared to not let someone kick you squarely in the solar plexus with a spinning back kick. Like, you know, there's no preparation where someone can eat a full throttle spinning back kick to the solar plexus and eat it, unless they're the fucking hardest dude on earth. I mean, maybe there's someone who could do it. That's my worst nightmare. Don't fucking do it to me. If you guys ever train with me, don't kick my solar plexus. I'm serious, dude. It's a fucking invitation. But anyway, but yeah, I mean, he kicks his legs, whatever. Like, it's a ridiculous. It's like Conor will beat him in a fucking MMA fight, okay? He's not going to be able to get close enough to wrestle with him because Conor controls distance. That's the thing Conor does best in the world is control distance, right? That's why at 45, he looked more dominant than at 55 because the guys were smaller, right? And so his ability to hit them from further away was obviously more dominant against guys who are a little bit shorter. So he's, no one's in the danger zone. Boom, he's in, he's out. They enter the danger zone, whoop, counter. Like, it's all about this back and forth like this. This kind of linear back and forth. Linear might not be the right word, but linear. Like, if you fight Conor on a bowling lane, obviously an ungreased one. I'm not talking about fucking DeBaby, but like in terms of straight forward, straight back, he's going to fucking piece you up, dude. He's going to piece you up. That is the worst way to fight him, dude, is getting set and then seeing who's going to enter the zone first. That's the worst possible way to fight Conor. He eats guys alive like that. That's why when Khabib fought him, he figured that out and he circled. Okay. How do you change the game? A guy who controls distance like that, how do you change that? Like, how do you improve your odds against a guy like that? Circle. Instead of this being the way that you fight, you change the game and you start moving like this. Okay. Because then it's not so straightforward in and out. It's much harder for him to control distance if you're circling away from, whatever. Obviously, you'd want to circle away from his left hand. And not into it because he tends to hit people pretty fucking hard with that. But he's great at setting people up to circle into the wrong area too with kicks. The guy is a fucking tactician on his feet, man. And here's the thing that I wanted to say, because the other thing is about the boxing, where this is where I'm not really sure if I'm disagreeing with Anthony or not, because Anthony said on the feet it's a more competitive fight because Jake Paul's fucking huge. He's like over 200 pounds, and obviously size matters. You see that with Logan Paul against Floyd Mayweather. But Floyd Mayweather doesn't really have knockout power, and Logan Paul was in tremendously good shape, so you couldn't knock him out, even when he's tired. The thing is, I think that Jake Paul's a little bit smaller than Logan. Not that that really matters, but Conor is much bigger than Floyd Mayweather. And listen, dude, like, this is what I'm going to propose to everybody. I think Conor's boxing is very underrated, and I'll tell you exactly why. Because, like, how did Conor lose to Khabib? Got taken down, his boxing non-factor, right? He got taken down and he got worked over on his back, okay? How about Chad Mendes? Like, Chad Mendes was able to take him down, whatever. Okay, so those are like two fights where he looked a little bit. Then you got Dustin Poirier. Did Dustin Poirier beat him boxing? No. Dustin Poirier kicked his fucking legs out, okay? Dustin Poirier kicked him in the calves. Then in the second fight, Conor broke his leg, pulled for a guillotine, got smashed. Okay, so those are the fights that Conor's lost. Okay, in every, Nate Diaz, but that's a weird one where he had staph infection and went up 2 weight classes. But like, in every single fight where it's just a pure stand-up fight with hands, no one has even, Dustin has good boxing, right? Dude, Conor was piecing him up on the feet, right? Like, with just pure hands. Conor is a really, really good boxer, okay? So yeah, he gives away a little bit of size, but Jake Paul's not beating him in a boxing match. How's he gonna win? Like, seriously, how's he gonna win? You think he's gonna catch Conor at the end of one of those crosses? Because I don't think he will. I don't think he will. I mean, I guess that's like, you think that like in an actual, I'm just saying Conor is a much better boxer than Tyron Woodley, like a pure boxer. Maybe not necessarily in his prime, a better like mixed martial artist. Tyron Woodley was a great champion. But in my opinion, Jake Paul's going to have a really hard time with Conor in a boxing match. Even because Conor's also super fucking long, dude. He's got gorilla arms, dude. You got the size thing. But like, again, unless you think Jake Paul's going to hit him with a Titanic knockout shot, all that really matters is that he can hit. I mean, Jake Paul has good reach and he uses it pretty well. But does anybody really think like he's going to piece Conor up? Like, piece Conor up in a boxing match? I mean, maybe. I'm 1,000 times more confident in Conor in an MMA fight. That is not even comparable. But I don't think I think Conor beats him pretty handily in a boxing match too. Just because Conor's a really skilled boxer, And it's all relative. I'm not saying he's going to go fucking beat Canelo. I'm just saying, like, with his hands, he's a surgeon and he controls distance really well, like I said. Do I think he would knock Jake out, though? Probably not. I think he would win by decision, would be my guess. I would love to find out. I would love to see those guys fight. Anyway, that's what I got. Peace.